It's up to you, New York, New York.
All right, we are live and we are back. It's the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast here on Facebook and YouTube. I am your host, Richie, also the co-host of Talk of New York. Shouts out John Catuno, Jay DiMaggio. With me tonight, my good friend, Mr. Corey Rain, out in Hollywood, Florida, via the Hudson Valley. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Yeah, unfortunate loss today. You said it literally seconds ago before we went live, Corey. If the Yankees get the big hit, they probably take the series today. But as much as it pains me to say it, I will give a little credit to the Mets. Luke Weaver, what were your thoughts? I thought he hung tough.
That was the game right there. That changed the whole game. Because when they
Yeah,
dropped that pop-up, I was like, oh, man. And then Weaver came in and he put out that fire, you know. If the Yankees even put one ball in play, that whole game could have changed. But, you know, they were unable to do it. And, yeah, this road trip has been kind of shitty.
and
But, you know.
yeah, it's been shitty for sure. A good point was made on the Fox telecast, though, and I do have to share their sentiments. Um, Got to cut down these strikeouts. I understand that the Yankees are a team
Yep.
that hits home runs, and they're a team that is known to have the big inning. But with the strikeouts at the clip that they have, it also could lead to some of the sorrowful stuff where you're seeing one run outputs and one run or one hit games like we saw in Baltimore.
Yep.
Definitely got to find a happy medium, but hopefully cutting down some of these strikeouts. It's not easy, but it was weird because when I saw, it was really weird because when I saw the pop up, it was kind of like shades of another Subway Series moment when A-Rod accidentally walked it off.
Castillo, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of moments over the years in these Subway Series games. But another killer today was the Rodon error. That was very costly. The throwing error really hurt.
Yep, because if he eats that, you know, that's the smart play there, just to eat it. There's no reason to try that at all. But, you know, again, like, yes, he wasn't good. He's rusty. It's his second start. But he left the game and it was 3-2. So the Yankees should be able to win a game like that.
No, I tend to agree. And, this Met team's not that good, but I will give them praise in the sense that they're, what is this, 3 of 4 now, I believe? 3 of the last 4,
Yeah.
4 of the last 5, something like that.
Yep. They swept the
They're
hapless
playing.
Tigers. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Without
surprising as
Skubal,
hell.
without Skubal, the Tigers look like a lost cub, so to speak.
Yeah. And the White
And
Sox are actually decent.
well, truthfully, I think our man Cam Schlittler has a legitimate shot to win American League Cy Young of the Year. But there is competition, oddly enough, in the south side of Chicago on the White Sox. And we're going to see how that plays out. But I definitely
Mhm.
believe that that's going to be a fun race down the stretch as the weather continues to get warmer. Well, it's been warm here. I live in Florida. Shouts out Jordan Patrick, former namesake of my show, the Richie X Jr. Sports Podcast. It was originally the Jordan Patrick Show. He was in the building at the Trop. He said that the air conditioning was working a little better there today, so that's good. So,
Marlins Marlins put a pounding on him in extra innings. I saw.
yeah, that extra innings is a crapshoot, dude, with these rules.
I don't like
Um,
it, but yeah,
nah,
that's another
I'm a
topic for another
hypocrite.
day. Yep.
I'm a hypocrite. I like it when it benefits our squad,
So
but
being at home now.
being at home essentially, it's a massive disadvantage when you're not the home team.
It is.
Uh, massive disadvantage. But that didn't hold true in Tampa today, St. Pete to be exact. You know, it's weird. The Rays never lose, but when they do lose, we lose with them.
Yeah, it's weird. But, the American League is weird right now. Like it's the Yankees, Rays, and then the rest of the teams are just treading water, or they're bad.
Yeah,
Right? It's
I'm
really
waiting for the Seattle Mariners to prove to everyone why they were in the American League Championship last year, why they were a win away from the World Series.
mm,
The Blue Jays, while I'm not in the business for making excuses for anyone, because we're pretty banged up too, but they are missing a lot
yeah.
of people, and they are hurting.
And the Orioles, they just can't pitch, man. They
The
got
Red Sox
owned.
just suck.
Yeah, they did win today, but yes, they do. They sure do.
Yeah, yeah, thanks for that, assholes. They ruined my parlay by winning that game. But yeah, to your point in the American League right now, Corey, you said it best, treading water. Because right now, you're looking at a lot of teams that are approaching 500, but just haven't been able to get over the hump. And once they do, that little Yankee record that these Met fans like Squirrely Dan and Craig Strauss and some of these other lit lickers like to point out,
Right.
um, it's the most meaningless
It
stat
is very meaningless.
of all of them. Of all of them. But
But yeah,
tomorrow's a big one. Freddie
it is.
Peralta presents a legitimate challenge. He's a very good pitcher. We've got Ryan Weathers coming off of his best career start, so should be a good one.
Yeah, they just need to, hopefully they catch Peralta on a bad day. He had his bad moments this year. And yeah, win the series, go back home on a high note. It hasn't been a good road trip, but if you take this series, you're feeling better about yourself, and yeah,
Absolutely. As the late great Bobby Cox would say, you win 2 out of every 3 as often as possible. You're going to be in a good place when it's all said and done.
that's right.
Um, Shouts out to former Yankee Clay Holmes on
Sad.
behalf, on behalf of the Richie X Jr. Sports Podcast, and I'm willing to bet on behalf of Talking New York. We wish him a speedy recovery. One of the good guys. I was frustrated with some of his ninth inning and even eighth inning exploits. He also
Yeah,
broke a record with the Yankees for most scoreless innings that Mariano Rivera held. So it was a lot of peaks and valleys with Clay Holmes. But
but
I will say that I'm proud of him for getting the opportunity to start and succeeding. That was his
yep.
worst outing of the entire season.
Yeah, and if you think about it, really, the Yankees saved his career because he was on a train headed nowhere before they got him, and they coached him, and Matt Blake, and yeah,
No doubt about it, Corey. I completely agree. Matt Blake has done some wonders with a couple of journeymen. I mean, shoot, look at even Tim Hill. He was
yeah,
released by the Mets 2 different times.
Yep. Weaver too. Weaver was a journeyman starter, and
I'm
they turned.
convinced that,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm convinced that if you're a member of the Weaver family, you're going to be a Yankee sooner or later. Yeah, we had Jeff back in the day.
I remember his brother was pretty good. Jared, he was a good pitcher.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. They both had moments of brilliance for sure, but
Mhm.
yes, his brother was definitely the better of the two. I do want to ask you this, Corey. The captain in a losing effort, overall good game. Another one that really killed the Yanks today was the Ben Rice double play. He hit that ball so hard. He was chugging
Unlucky.
down the line, just
Yep.
unlucky.
That's
Things happen.
baseball. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That is certainly baseball. What do you think about Jazz after his exploits in Game 1? You think he might be turning the corner?
I think so. I think so. Absolutely. The real guy they need to turn the corner really, really bad is Austin Wells. Like so bad.
Yes. Yeah, I was excited when he got that hit in the eighth,
Right.
but unfortunately, everything got foiled quickly. But, with a left-handed lineup and guys that hit a lot of line drives, it's going to happen. It's going to
Yep.
happen.
But Goldschmidt continues to play well. Yeah.
I'm very impressed with it because Goldie is a guy that just always stays ready.
Yep.
Because it's hard when you have an emerging all-star, flat-out emerging superstar in the form of Ben Rice. He's in the top three in home runs in the American League. And it's quite amazing. It's quite amazing that Ben Rice is getting that kind of playing time. Obviously, the injury slowed him a little, opened up the door for Goldie to get back in there. But Goldie's the consummate professional that you can, miss so much time and, assuming the role of mentor for Ben Rice. Goldie's pure class, but I love that you can insert him and you can have faith.
Yep. And he's still a really good defender. He just means so much to the clubhouse and the culture. Yeah.
Yeah, his makeup is that of a guy who would fit as a career Yankee. Now,
Yep.
obviously, he had some great years in Arizona, did his thing in St. Louis, but I'm happy that we brought him back for a low-risk deal. I think he's going to pay some dividends in the second half. I don't like getting down on my Yankees. I root for everybody wearing the pinstripes.
Sure.
But I have had about enough of Anthony Volpe.
I will say this though, man. He's drawing a lot of walks, so I'll give him that.
Yeah. Yeah, walks, they do kind of negate some of the striking out. But good God, I'm ready for Cabby to come off the injury list as soon as possible.
Hopefully
Um,
not very long. Doesn't seem like it will be.
and I think when Dominguez gets healthy, Spencer Jones goes back down to AAA. I think Jones has a bright future. I just think it's not his time, so to speak. But
Yeah, he needs. It's really one of those things. Like they talked about Aaron Judge when he was coming up. It's like, is he going to make enough contact? And that's really the key. But he has a lot of time to prove that.
yeah, no question, no question. And it's crazy when you consider that this is the tallest outfield. When no players of that height have ever shared an outfield at the same time. It's pretty absurd.
It's insane. Most big guys are not even in the outfield. They're a DH or a first baseman because it's just you don't see athleticism at that level.
No. And Spencer Jones has a ton of athleticism. He has the tools. He's going to be a really good
Yeah,
ball player.
he's a good
But
fielder. Like that's the most underrated part of his game. He can run too. He's not just a slugger.
and it's kind of comical because Spencer Jones got his Yankee break a little quicker than he did in real life, as I broke him out quite a while ago in MLB The Show.
Did you?
And after some of my frustrations with Anthony Volpe, and oddly enough, an IL stint with Caballero, I ended up bringing up George Lombard.
I'm really excited about him. Like, really, really excited about him.
Well, I think the way this plays out is he could play short, but don't be surprised if you see him at the hot corner because while I respect Ryan McMahon's defense and, he is fighting his way back to approach, right around the Mendoza
Yeah.
line, he's not the forever answer at that
No,
position. And
he's
I do
not.
think that, Lombard it's only a matter of time. It's truly
It is.
only a matter of time. And I'll tell you what I am excited about is the upcoming return of Garrett Cole.
Yes, absolutely. Because Garrett Cole, and it's unfortunate that they lost Freed right now, but hopefully doesn't seem like it's going to be anything surgery or anything. A bone bruise, they say. So when they get him back, and then they have Cole and Rodon's going to find his way. I absolutely believe it.
Yeah.
Warren, it's just, it's like you said, like you were talking about earlier off air, they can't waste this pitching staff.
No, this is a very rare situation because you have a lot of guys, excluding the obvious 6 dudes that are vying for like the main starts. I mentioned this to my buddy John Coutinho. It's crazy that you literally have 8 different guys when you include Blackburn, Yarborough, that have started in this league and that God forbid, you don't want this, but could start. And I'm not talking about openers. I'm talking about guys that legitimately could start.
Yeah, and Blackburn has actually not been bad.
No, he got off to a rough start and, a little bit of a bad rep from his previous stops. But, it's a recency bias thing that wasn't in his best favor. But, no, Blackburn's a gamer. Yarborough's a gamer. And I mentioned this to John Coutinho that I would love to see, because I'm over Duvall, I'll be honest.
Same.
He doesn't hold runners. High leverage situations, doesn't hold runners. I'm over it. And he's also not pitching well. I think Ryan Weathers, even though he's a formidable starter right now, I think he could be the stopgap, the bridge guy, the Ramiro Mendoza kind of figure that can pitch those high leverage situations.
And possibly
once
be a 2-inning.
Everybody is healthy out of our big 3. What was that, Corey?
He could be a 2-inning guy too out of the bullpen.
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of it, because Mendoza made a living off that. And I have a feeling that could be Ryan Weathers' future too. And we spoke about this last time you were here, I believe. Talking about how his father was an integral part of the '96 championship Yankees.
Yep.
But I feel pretty good about Weathers getting that opportunity. Sure. But we need our big 3 to be healthy.
For sure. I think he's the best candidate to go to the bullpen of any of the other options, because I firmly believe that if the Yankees want to go where they want to go, they need another high-end reliever. Because I like Cruz, I like Hill, but there's some vulnerability there. There's not a sure thing, so to speak, to get to the closer. So I think that's something.
You're 100% right, Corey.
Yep.
I completely agree, and I really believe that Weathers could be that dude. And Duvall, he's had enough time going back to last year. This is a guy that was a really good closer for a while with the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a stubbornness thing. I don't know if it's like something between the ears, but
I think his mechanics are just not consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're not repeating your delivery, it's going to go out of whack. I don't care if you throw 110. It's not going to work out for you.
I mean, shit, look what happened to Aroldis Chapman when he had some of his rough times with the Yanks towards the end.
It was all mechanics.
A lot of it was mechanics.
Yep.
I'm not going to shout out Devin Williams for converting the save. I just think it's so funny how Met fans mocked this dude when he was a failed closer with the Yankees for that one season, and they were like doing backflips about it.
Right. I'm sure they're doing
Unreal.
backflips over tonight's win as well.
Yeah, they do get up for this one, and I get it. I get it. I do. But
I do as
let's
well.
win this series tomorrow. Let's
Yep.
take care of business.
It would be
Let's win
nice.
this series tomorrow. Corey, I'm going to switch gears with you for a second here. I do want to ask you, what is your prediction, or do you currently have one for your? Because I know you have Ohio roots as well.
Yes, sir.
Do you think the Cleveland Cavaliers can bounce back after giving back home court advantage against the Pistons? Do you think this is the Pistons' moment?
I think they're done. I think the
Ouch.
Pistons are winning. Yeah.
All right, now this is a two-parted question. As you know, I'm a diehard New York Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you feel is the better matchup for the Knicks?
Detroit.
I actually agree with you, Corey. What's your reasoning?
I just think the Cavaliers present more matchup problems with the way they score the ball. Pistons, you can isolate Cunningham.
That's right.
Yep.
Like-minded. I'm not going to lie. The only crappy thing if we get the Pistons is that I really did want the home court advantage.
Right.
But, maybe it turns out different in this series where if the Knicks hopefully win, they can close it out at home because they've won the previous two games
And
on the road.
I don't think that they're really worried about it. They're not one of those, front running squads where they need to have their crowd behind them. They can win on the road, so I don't think they'll worry about it too much.
The way I look at it, Corey, the job is to take one of the first two.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that if the Knicks get Detroit, I'm going Knicks in 6. If the Knicks get the Cavaliers, I think the Cavaliers have a better chance to push it to 7. I do think the Knicks will beat either team.
I think the Knicks are going to the finals either way.
I do believe that, Corey, and in your opinion, based on what you saw in the West so far, who are the Knicks going to be seeing? Is it the defending world champions, or is it the young upstart San Antonio Spurs?
That is a battle of the ages, my God. And one of the best rivalries right now in the league.
No doubt.
Oh, man. OKC has the home court. I think San Antonio is going to win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if OKC did. I think it's a toss-up series, 7 games easily.
Yes, sir. I think it's going 7. I do agree with you on that.
I think it's going to be a classic, honestly.
Going into the playoffs, I've said this on my show recently to Idris, to John, to others. I believe that the Spurs are going to win the West. I picked them going in when the play-ins were just getting started and the bracket was open. I would not be surprised if the world champions win it.
No, nobody would.
But I do think the Spurs are going to find a way.
Yep.
And I'm pulling for the Spurs for a litany of reasons, but my main one is because I think the Knicks, if we are in the finals, could beat the Spurs. The Knicks beat them in the Cup. The Knicks beat them by, I believe it was like 27 to 30 points at the Garden earlier in the year. I watched that game. And I think the Knicks have the kind of team that could rough the Spurs up. You got to push them around, and I think the Knicks can do that.
You have to. And to me, it's like OKC, they're a free-flowing style. They look to get fouled. It's a different style than San Antonio plays.
Yes,
but
indeed.
I think Wemby's just going to be too much for OKC in the end. I think he's special. They have nobody that's going to guard him or stop him.
Yeah, I actually got to give Fat Joe props. I don't do that often. But Fat Joe was 100% right when he first saw Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. Do you watch Joe and Jada?
I do. I just haven't seen the recent ones. But yes, I
I'll
do
tell you
watch
what
them.
was a really good episode. Not sure if you caught it. The one with John Leguizamo.
I gotta watch that one because I saw him on Drink Champs, and that was really good.
Yeah, Drink Champs, in my opinion, is kind of like the father to a lot of these other
Yep.
similar podcasts. I like Joe and Jada, but
I
Drink
like
Champs got it.
Carmelo. I like Carmelo's podcast a lot.
Yeah, Melo's doing his thing. I do enjoy it as well. I like all the smoke. There's a few that I listen to,
Yep.
mostly sports related.
Yep. All the
Um,
smoke. They've had baseball players on there lately. Kenny Lofton, Sheffield, Bonds. Nick Swisher was on there recently. Yeah.
I did see some of the snippets of Nick Swisher. One of my favorite short-term Yankees. That was a fun
Same.
Yankee.
He
Yeah,
was a great
Swisher.
guy.
Yeah,
Really good
man,
player.
Swisher definitely a team guy through and through. Was a good fit for that '09 squad particularly. But
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that this current Yankee squad, I might get laughed at, but I do think that this current Yankee squad does have some versatility similar to what the '09 squad had made. And I do think that a potential move will be made if necessary to bolster this lineup in the second half if they're not
Yeah.
satisfied with the results.
It's really one of those things where people forget that the '09 team, until they put Phil Hughes in the bullpen, they were having some struggles there too. Like, it wasn't always roses that season, is what I'm trying to say, basically.
No, bro, I'll be honest with you. I was quite nervous even in that ALCS when we were playing the Anaheim
Mhm.
Angels.
Yeah.
I was
Also,
worried, dude.
they didn't have a fourth starter that year. That was formidable, you know?
Yeah, they thugged it out in a big way. They
Mm-hmm.
definitely thugged it out in a big way. It's just so crazy how that played out. And then Girardi ends
It
up being the
is.
Phillies manager, and then he
Yep.
gets replaced.
Now the
It's
Phillies are
like,
on fire.
and who is the manager of the Philadelphia
Mattingly.
Phillies? Yes, sir. My favorite all-time New York Yankee, number 23.
It doesn't hurt that Kyle Schwarber is Babe Ruth right now, but yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is in Ruthian mode for sure. Man, I'm proud of Donnie though. I really am, man.
Hey,
Can't keep a good man down.
nope.
That man loves baseball.
Oh yeah, baseball lifer. Um, the Braves are great though. We'll see. It's gonna be hard to catch them.
I agree. Philly's best way in is wild card and get
Yeah.
hot at the right time, which has worked in or even lower seeded teams. Like you look at what the Dodgers did last year. They were a lower
Mm-hmm.
seeded team, but that didn't mean anything when it was
I
winning time.
I don't think that I predicted the Dodgers would three-peat, but I don't think it's gonna be as easy as people think.
I'll be honest with you, bud. If the Yankee pitching can get some support down the stretch and if they stay healthy, meaning
Yep.
if the offense does what they're capable of doing,
Yeah.
I don't think the big bad Dodgers are somebody who
Mhm.
scares me as
No.
they did, like, say, in our preseason prediction when we did our show together, because I had the Yankees and the Mariners going toe to toe, and the Mariners still might figure it out. I mean, that's another team that has
Yeah.
a
I
wealth of
mean,
pitching when they're
we
clicking on all cylinders.
we do have to remember it is May. You know, it's in the middle of May now. When we get into June and past that, you start to figure some things out. But there's a lot of games left. It's we saw the Blue Jays last year. They were struggling, and then look what they did.
No, for sure. I mean, the Yankees actually kept the door open for teams, and it also was favorable that the last season the Yankees had a lot of 4 teams down the stretch. Like, they were doing this also. Then, if you consider the heartache that was the Devin Williams ninth innings, the Yankees could have easily won 100 games or better last year.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and it's just unpredictable in the playoffs, as we know. Like, baseball is not meant to be decided in a couple of days. It's not a small sample size sport. It's really not.
No, Corey,
But
I completely agree. That's why they go 162. I'm stoked, man. I'm going to get home in a bit, and I'm going to try to turn my alerts off. I don't even know if they've gotten into Octagon yet, but I'm definitely going to check out that Ronda Rousey fight. I haven't seen her in the Octagon in so long, and I think
I'm
that
watching
Netflix is going to do good with this.
I'm watching Diaz and Perry right now, so
All
the
right,
fact,
bet. I'm
yeah,
gonna I'm gonna start it right from the beginning. Once I
yeah.
get
I won't
settled
say nothing.
in.
Yeah, I won't say nothing.
Yeah, appreciate that. And if anybody in the comments says something, I'll just kind of like avoid it for now. If you haven't already, guys, please make it a point to like and subscribe to the channel, the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast on YouTube. Also, check out Talk in New York, where we are streaming this at as well. And a
Featuring
great
Tony
place.
Yayo. Just kidding.
Yeah. And a great place to get your Yankees fix. Definitely check out Yankees Daily. Over 100,000 fans and growing. Definitely a good place to get your Yankees fix. Shouts
That's
out to
incredible.
Jay DiMaggio putting that together. And,
What a name, right?
yeah, it's a terrific name for anything Yankees related. That's for damn sure. Corey, any final thoughts before we get out of here, bro?
Um, do you think that if the Knicks were to win the championship this year, do you think they would do anything drastic with the roster as far as like another star, or would that only happen if they lost?
Good question. I don't. This is the thing. I don't want it, so to speak, but there is a possibility that LeBron could be a Knick next year.
I don't know. I think he's going to retire, honestly.
I always say that, and then he just doesn't. Like, go away already, bro. But if he does play anywhere, something tells me it'll be a third stint in Cleveland if they're willing to bring
Right.
that on. I don't think the Knicks want to mess with him, but there's always that possibility. But what would irk me, and I said this to my co-host Idris, he said it to me actually, is that if the Knicks win and he pulls like a KD and joins a championship winning club, it's a little different than if he comes in and then, oh, LeBron was the missing ingredient. He was the missing piece. As a
Well,
lifelong Knicks fan, that would piss me off.
yeah, but he's old. Like, yeah, he's still good, but that's not his role. If this
Well,
was like
personally,
7,
I
8 years
think,
ago, yes, but
personally, being that he would be coming in free agency, you don't really got to like alter the roster much to bring him in.
right.
I think that he would be pretty damn good, similar to what he did with the Lakers this year down the stretch,
Mm-hmm.
prior to the Luka injury and the Reeves injury, of
Yep.
being like the main man of the second unit.
Yeah,
Because anybody who watches Knicks basketball knows that, especially under this Mike Brown era, that they're not afraid to go deep into the bench, and it has paid dividends because that's something that Tom Thibodeau just was too stubborn about.
I think he would fit in nicely if he wanted it, because he doesn't care about scoring anymore. So
Yeah, I mean, he could fit in. I just hope it's not like a toxic circus, and I guess the only way
right.
that it would be proven is to see it. It would be
Yeah.
intriguing, but no, I will not be copping a LeBron Knicks jersey. That will not happen.
I know people don't like the guy, but that's fine.
Hey, he's an all-time great, and I'll give him that much. I'm not ignorant to that.
Yes.
But speaking of the Knicks, Corey, have you seen Idris's hype video?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're going to see it right now. For Corey, I am Richie. We are out. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great
Thanks,
night,
guys.
everyone. Go Yankees. Get this series win tomorrow. Let's go.
Please.
And go Knicks.
Big Nick energy, we ain't playing nice. Kings of New York ain't Manhattan, Brooklyn, the island of Queens, we ballin' hard. Fulfilling all our dreams, thugging through the hustle. Got that grit and grind in this big Nick energy, we forever shine. So let them know we rockin'. From the garden to the booth, Knicks in the building, bringing straight up truth. With our heads held high, watch us rise and transcend. Big Nick energy, this